Hi Big Business, and welcome to yet another exciting Power Your Business segment, proudly sponsored by Utility. In the past Power Your Business segments, we talked about the effects of load shedding to the businesses. Second one, we talked about the solutions that are geared towards combating load shedding. Today we are joined by the Chief Operating Officer of Utility, Mr Franta Pour, who is going to help us dissect what does investment into solar solutions look like. Franta, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks, Billy. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. And thanks for coming through to the show today. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the work that you do as Utility?
Absolutely. So I am actually the Chief Operating Officer for Utility, and I'm responsible for anything from sales all the way to customer success and installations.
Okay. So today we're actually talking about financing and investment into solar solutions, which is something that you guys really know about, right? And a lot of people out there at home, probably know that traditionally solar systems were quite unaffordable and inaccessible. What are your thoughts? Has this changed or is it still the same?
It did change dramatically in the last I would say 2 years. Historically, solar system was basically only a cash purchase. So the first movers were buying cash, and those systems are not cheap. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of rand. And the big change came with loans, rent to buy, and most recently, what we specialize in is subscription model, where you actually do not own the system, but you subscribe to it. And that makes it accessible to a much wider market, from that point of view.
I think hang on to that. I'd really like to get into how Utility, is solving issues of access. I just want us to go back, we deal with a lot of SMMEs, there's issues of access to finance, right? Are there any funding instruments that, seek to make this, more accessible to small business? And if they are, how effective are these funding instruments in ensuring that, SMMEs can access, alternative energy solutions?
Yeah, so there's a wide range available. If you look at most recently, lots of banks started introducing, specialized loans, especially for solar panels and solar solutions. But the credit access is one of the challenges. The nice thing with what we're trying to do is that we own the system, we therefore have a better ability to increase the access to credit, versus banks. For example, the stats are 1 in 30 applicants only succeeds with banks applying for a solar loan.
And how does that look with Utility?
With us, it's much better. 2 in 10, roughly. So it still sounds, relatively low, but much better, from that point of view. So, yeah, we really want to make the access as broad as possible. So for SMMEs, it's relatively straightforward process. You apply, we go through the credit checks, and we really try very hard to approve as many applicants as possible.
I think if you look at the different ratios between the banks and yourselves, what make you guys more, more of an effective instrument,
I think
to consider?
Absolutely. The big difference is that we own the system, we install the system, we are a full service provider, but the bank, they just finance the system itself, and therefore they don't have the same ability to assure that the product, in case of default, we can actually uplift the product and we can reuse it within our infrastructure, whilst the banks cannot do that.
Okay. I must say Utility has innovated and come up with an incredible range of solar products and especially geared towards small businesses. Would you perhaps take us through your range of products? I know there's the Beast Bundle that we always talk about and everyone is excited about. It's probably the most popular one, right? What other,
Absolutely.
If you look at the commercial SMMEs, and you have your industrial scale, right? And do you cater for those, and what are the products that you have?
So We started about 5 years ago as a business, and we've been on this journey. Our big focus right now is residential market, and that's where we're doing very well. But we are also getting into what we would call multi-dwelling units, so apartment blocks, for example. We're just finishing a project, in Park Manor in Johannesburg, and we're going to have more of those rolling out. The other spaces we are playing in is schools. So most recently we've announced a new school installation in Ida Valley in Stellenbosch. So those are some of the projects we're getting into, but there will be more opportunities. One of the exciting ones is enabling shops, for example, and shop owners to be opened during load shedding or power disruptions. And we've done a research in that space, and the amount of revenue that businesses lose during load shedding is astounding.
Loss of productivity is incredible.
It's very big. And if you look at the range of products we have, from relatively small solutions that keep the lights running and some of the basics, all the way to kind of mid-tier. For example, for shop owners, you can run fridges, you can run freezers on them, so they can actually assure that they provide fresh food, that didn't basically defrost it in the process. So that is currently what we're working on. We have, if you go to our website, we have 8 products. Ranging from $14.99 all the way to about $5,000. We've just launched a product called Mega. Our names are, kind of that way, mini all the way to Mega. And that product, allows you to run things like ovens, fryers, things like that. So, for example, restaurants can benefit from it as well.
That's awesome. That's really great. If we talk about my brother who's sitting in Gqeberha running a catering business, or my uncle who heads Kurt Kettle in Tabanchu, trying to think how would they be able to get hold of, a utility system? What is your reach, and what are the plans that you have, in order to extend that reach?
So the good news is we actually already operating nationwide, and that was one of our first things that we've decided to do, is to have a nationwide coverage. Unlike many other companies that you have to first look up, are we covering your area? We will go and install anywhere in the country, even in areas like Northern Cape, where you have some quite far-reaching spaces. We are making plans to cover those as well. But absolutely. Anywhere you are in the country, within South Africa, we will come and install.
That is really great news to really hear, because I understand that we talk about inaccessible systems because of funds. But there's also the issue of reach. Are we getting to the areas where, people really need the services and solutions that you provide? So for someone sitting out there trying to find out, how do they get hold of a utility system, take us through your order fulfillment process.
Absolutely. So the process is very simple. You go to our website, vitality.energy, and you choose, it's almost like online shopping. You choose the product that is as close as possible to your requirements. We're using a monthly electricity bill as the guide, but you apply, it's non-binding, we pre-qualify you. So very quickly, basically instantly, you receive WhatsApp and email with the contract and explaining, what's going to happen next. Next, our sales team, our consultant team will approach you. They will give you a call. They will go through the whole consulting process, to determine whether the product you've selected actually meets your needs. And then based on that, you sign a contract. It's all electronic, so you can do it on your mobile phone. It's pretty instant. Once that happens, we go through a credit check. That happens within 24 hours. After that, we will, within 5 days, schedule installation. And before the installation, there will be a team calling you, and they do what we call virtual site visit. So with your mobile phone, you basically show them the things they need to see. And then, 5 days later, we will come on the site, and within a day or two, depending on the size of the system, we are able to complete the installation, and you can benefit from the solar power from that point on.
Okay, sounds easy. And tell me, when do you start, reaping the benefits of, savings and going off grid? Is there a waiting period or installation and immediately?
Immediately. So that's the beauty of it. And the other thing I would stress is there are lots of myths around solar power. People are worried, what if it's cloudy? What if it's raining? And so on. The reality is the system generates power no matter what. It does generate more if you have a full sunshine, for sure, but it continues generating constantly, during the day. And then the battery saves that energy, so you can use it in the evening, when it's dark. So yeah, the savings are significant. In fact, we see customers who are benefiting from up to 65% savings. And you've mentioned Beast Bundle. One of the things we add, and it's most relevant for residential properties, but it could be for SMMEs as well, is, for example, geysers. So part of the Beast Bundle, we offer what we would call smart geyser control, and that regulates and optimizes the consumption of that basically heating element. And delivers additional 10% savings. So, the Beast Bundle has been designed really with savings in mind as well.
That's awesome. And ladies and gentlemen out there at home, if you would like to win, along with your order, 2 additional solar panels and not 1 but 2 months payment holiday, head on to our website, www.bigbase.africa. Go to our competitions page. You will get all the instructions there on how you can enter the utility competition and win yourself one of these systems. Franta, you guys are thriving leaders in this space as utility, and it's really been amazing to watch you guys, get to where you are. And I believe there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who wish to disrupt in the space, right, in the renewable energy space. Any words of advice to those, ambitious young people out there who wish to see themselves as utilities of the future?
Absolutely. The renewable energy space and the green space is going to thrive. That's the place to be. So first, making the choice, congratulations. Second, be brave, be bold, go for it. There's lots of space and lots of opportunity in this area. And it's not just solar power, it's wind power, it's small hydro stations, mini grids. There's lots of opportunities out there, and lots of opportunities to create new jobs as well, which is very important, given where we are in the country. And I think that would be the top advice, just really go for it. The opportunity is there.
So you've heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Just go for it. There's a lot of opportunities out there. Be brave and be bold. Thank you so much, Franta. And lastly, how do our viewers get hold of you?
The best way to get hold of us is on our website. We really encourage anybody who's interested to reach out to go to our website. There's an email, there's a talk to us option as well. So very easy, and we will be in touch.
Okay. Big Business, thank you so much for joining us on yet another exciting Power Your Business segment, proudly sponsored by Utility. If you would like to get hold of us, please send us an email on info@bigbiz.africa. And don't forget, we're running the Utility competition. Go to our website, www.bigbiz.africa. Go to the competitions page, follow the instructions, and you stand a chance to win incredible utility prizes. Until next time, keep doing what you do and don't give up. Goodbye.